Hi, everybody. This is Amber Guntz, the CEO of Austin Technology Council, and we're happy to bring back the ATC interview. This month, our guest is Sharmeen Rehman. She is the CEO of Blackfire Cyber Insurance. Welcome, Sharmeen.
Hi, great to be here.
Well, my big question is, what led you into cybersecurity? It's such an interesting aspect of our daily lives, but not a lot of people know a lot about it.
It sure is. A few years ago, I was looking into switching my gear within insurance industry. Been part of insurance industry for over 10 years, but I was not as involved in commercial side. Started looking into it. Long story short, came across cyber insurance, which always scared me. But at the same time, I said, this could not be a better opportunity for me to dive right in and teach myself how this works and not be afraid of, cyber threats anymore. So that's how I got started.
And that's such an important thing, to not be afraid of cyber threats so we can deal with cyber threats, correct?
Exactly that. A lot of times what happens is we are always utilizing the technology fruits that we don't realize the dark side. And that's where I wanted to be knowledgeable for myself and to educate my my clients as well.
That is fantastic. Now, everybody talks about the impact of COVID and the pandemic globally. What's the biggest thing that you've noticed over the last year with your clients and their concerns?
So over the year or so, especially since COVID, as you know, a lot of us are working remotely, from entrepreneurs to enterprise companies. And it's really gotten to the point where no one is safe. Whether you are a part of enterprise or you are a freelancer. All of my clients or the clients' clients, I've heard very horrible stories about ransomware and social engineering. And what ends up happening is the smaller businesses who do not have the right mitigation plan end up shutting down. As a matter of fact, one of the clients that I was working with over Thanksgiving, I was following up after Thanksgiving break, and he had already been hit with the ransomware. And it was too late to get him coverage because he was dealing with the ransomware and his data being locked up.
So just out of curiosity, if you don't have coverage versus if you do have coverage, what's that financial difference to a business outside of you can stay operational or you have to close your doors?
So if you had insurance, and of course the limits and sublimits matter, and what kind of insurance did you have? Was it a supplemental or comprehensive? Of course, we can go into details aside, but overall, if you had good cyber insurance coverage, your financial cost to get back to where you were the day before is going to be a lot lesser, mainly deductible and any other small cost, versus you spending $600,000 for a $200,000 ransomware. And that may shut down a small business completely.
Oh, wow. So when we look at our most successful entrepreneurs, they succeed at what they're passionate about. How did you discover your passion for this?
So about 2000, the year 2000, Y2K was happening. I was one of the ones who was also freaking out about, all of us shutting down. And soon after that, I realized that technology is growing. And as people were utilizing technology, again, I was scared because I knew there's always a bad side to a good story. And I wanted to make sure that whatever I do it with a lot of education and a lot of information that comes with what I offer. And when I finally decided to dive into cyber insurance 3 years ago, I wanted to make sure that I know exactly what I'm talking about. Cybersecurity is changing every month. Last year and a half, it has changed dramatically. You can get a quote from anybody for cyber as long as they have, carriers for cyber insurance, but they might not be able to break down for you what exactly you're getting. they might not be able to break down what's changing, what's important, why is this sub limit, why is this full limit. I can literally break down all the coverages and all the necessities that you would need to make sure that you are secured should you face, should you face cybercrime and you need some help with your insurance.
That's great. It's always exciting to do something that you're passionate about and you believe in. Um, it just means the world, I think, in everything that we do on a daily basis.
Yeah, I used to be really scared of cyber technology, and I used to tell my son all the time. I would joke with him and I would say, hey, I wish I was born in early 1900s when we did not have to worry about technology. But since COVID, I actually had a conversation with him and I said, you know what, thank God for internet.
Yes, I mean, imagine if you had to actually teach your children at home instead of having the web-based platforms.
Exactly. It was hard, but it wasn't impossible. So,
Well, but there's also that aspect of you've got so many kids that are doing schools, college, university students that are taking classes and everything across the board. We're all completely reliant on everything that's going on in our computers right now.
exactly. It's digital. So we got to get used to it. And at the same time, we have to make sure that we are very cyber resilient. So,
Yes, I like that. Cyber resilient. That's
yeah.
a great phrase. So I know you're also very involved in giving back to your community, which is another thing that we see with a lot of successful entrepreneurs. Can you share how this impacts you personally?
Yeah, I have been a big believer in volunteer service and educating community. I've served in my religious community as a principal for 3 years for elementary grades. I've been involved as a teacher and I've had management positions since I was 18 years old. I am not a technologist, but through my learnings of cyber and tech risks, educating and informing users to become cyber resilient one business at a time is what I truly believe I can combine my passion of volunteerism and educating my clients at the same time.
And that's a wonderful thing to give back to. So one of the things that we always like is a bit of advice that people have gotten early on in their career. What bit of advice, either in your career or in your personal life, helps you kind of forge this path that you're on?
Ever since I had started my career, I was told, and I can't remember who it was, but whoever said that to me when I was browsing through careers as to what do I want to do with my life. And at the time that I was deciding to logistics degree at University of North Texas, one of my friends told me that do what you are passionate about and what you enjoy, and money is going to come automatically. So at that time when I started what I started learning operations from A to B, just it was so much fun. I didn't realize that I was making decent money right outside of school. So
Yeah, it's always more fun to make great money when you love what you're doing.
yes, always. It's fun.
Yeah. I
You know,
mean,
what I enjoy now actually is not only I'm able to teach all these cyber terms from a non-technology point of view, because I'm not a technologist. So, but at the same time, I'm learning all those cyber risks and threats. So I'm able to really gauge in what's happening in the industry, turn it into very user-friendly language. And then I make videos and I attend sessions and I talk to a lot of people, educate them exactly what this is about. And I get really excited when I can get over 15 quotes from carriers and present them with most optimal option. Yay, we've saved money, right? I'm not worried about how much I'm going to make. It's about how much they can save, because then I've truly done my job of teaching them, educating them, and giving them the most cost effective option. So
yeah,
I love that.
absolutely. I know. It's always fun to like show
Yeah.
people that you did something for them that was meaningful.
Yeah.
We always want to know, because we know why we're in Austin and we love Austin, but why is Austin important for your business to grow and succeed?
It's a magnet city for entrepreneurs, and it's exceptional growth place for tech startups. We wanted to be right along these growing companies and serve their needs as they grow and build their businesses. Because a lot of times the startups are the ones who need help in getting the right coverage and getting their contracts met. And I want to be there with them. So when they become, big and famous, I want to be proud to say, hey, I was with them since they started the company.
Well, I love that because, like you said, there are a lot of companies out there, they're just getting started up, or maybe they've just launched their product and they're still trying to figure a few things out along the way. So it's great to know that we have members like you who are helping pave that path for people. And I have truly enjoyed this conversation today. I'm probably going to talk to you for most of the afternoon, but Sharmeen, thank you again so much for taking part in this. We look forward to seeing you in person when it is safe to do so again. Everybody take care.